A lot has happened in the 9-month span since we uploaded the first video exposing Jason Jacoby. He's been at it once again during this entire time, and he just won't seem to stop. To update you guys on the entire situation, Jason Jacoby is a former iRacing/NASCAR YouTuber who got arrested for domestic violence against the mother of his kid, but was later bailed out by his enabling parents. And really, in this entire 9-month span, the dude has officially straight up gone off the deep end.
I will not let any of you rest until I see Joni Axon be killed for what she's done.
Not only is he spending his time threatening the life of his former middle school teacher, he's also too busy trying to get Austin Oganowski fired from his brand new job simply for telling the truth.
Hey everyone, we know Austin Oganowski doesn't even show his face. He's always got his back turned to the camera or makes a video that doesn't expose anything but his voice. Found out though that he works for Project Cars or Slightly Mad Studios, and I'll be reaching out. I've already sent a phone call to try to get him canned from there because since 2016 this guy's been relentlessly pursuing me, trying to ruin my image and my life and my career, and he has successfully brought my life to ruins based off lies of stuff that I didn't even do.
The dude's been in a freaking delusional state for quite some time now, and just finally last year he got exposed, and now all of a sudden he's just trying to backtrack it. Keep in mind, this is a grown man. He is 30 years old and acting this way, and it also seems that calling up people's place of work and trying to get them fired seems to be this guy's MO. As McBride states here, man, I thought this kid had issues when I called him out in a sim race for driving like a moron and wrecking guys, and got an instant message on Facebook at 3 in the morning trying to get me fired from my real life job. It's one thing for Jason to go on another one of his little mindless rants, but it's another thing to call up a dude's place of business trying to get him fired. You are not only affecting his livelihood, but also you're affecting his personal time as well. Working an 8-hour job is hard enough as is, and to add on top of that, these guys have to deal with explaining to their bosses what the situation is with this guy, as well as trying to deal with HR to clear this up. So Jason, just off of that alone, you are a total POS for that. Now let's move on to the infamous rants about me. Over a 9-month period, this guy has made a multitude of videos just trying to claim that I was slandering him and that I basically lied about him.
Darian Gilliam, a friend messaged me yesterday saying I should sue you for libel because that's completely what it is in your videos, just lies about me. And I first want to shout out to Mr. Darian Gilliam, who still hasn't taken down his video about me, which is, as you guys should know, any good person can tell it's lies about me. And because Darian says I'm a monster in that, which Darian's the real monster for trying to make people look bad to grow his views, I never ask for subscribers. You don't have to subscribe, you're not obligated. I will never ask you to subscribe. I'm sure Darian and all those other popular YouTubers, so they just want your subscribers. Everything like that. Anyway, he called me a monster. I was watching Radioactive, and Kurt Busch is cussing like a monster. And, you know, if Darian were a good guy, he'd give me credit for never cussing. Until all that weight was on me, because I figured people want to see me break. Obviously, they're making these videos about me. People only watch the gossip and the lies. They don't come to my channel for the source.
What a freaking clown, bro. First off, I never made that video on you simply for views. I'd rather you not be on my channel at all, but this type of behavior can't go unnoticed, and you're just simply mad because you got exposed for being the creep and POS you really are. Also, to add insult to injury, you have no case to sue me at all for slander, as everything in those videos is 100% true, and from the looks of it, it looks like because of your incompetence, you're not gonna have any lawyers at all.
Alright guys, my lawyer quit because I did not obey his rules because I want to tell my story. And it's important to know that my ex would not let me see our son.
There's two things to note in this clip. First off, he basically said that his lawyer quit on him for simply not following the rules, which is understandable. I feel bad for the guy having to deal with a guy like this. There's no reasoning with Jason at all. Secondly, he was talking about his ex Mackenzie, which also happens to be the mother of his child. Him doing that in the video is actually one of the violations of the bond agreement. I just showed a little small clip clip, but that video in its entirety on his channel at the moment is around 14 to 15 minutes long. He says a bunch of stuff about Mackenzie and their child that simply wasn't true, and that could fall under the harassment agreement on this bond as well as like just being on the internet in general, talking about her. So we'll see what happens with that. So while all of this chaos continues to take place surrounding Jason Jacoby, his parents don't really seem to be doing a damn thing about it. I mean, first off, they bailed him out. Secondly, his mother just keeps enabling this behavior, it seems like. Look at this post on his website. In this piece titled "Every Penny Should Be Paid," his mother says, "You're going to cost this family every cent we have in lawyer's fees." He responds, "You should lose everything you have because you sent me to school with bullies." Okay. "You didn't listen to me when I asked for a racing career." Boo-hoo. "You sent me to mental homes when you were having breakdowns." No, you're clearly having the breakdown, buddy. "You and dad treated me harshly and pressured me into situations I didn't want to be in." I need to point out once again, this is a 30-year-old grown man who is now taking out his frustrations, his shortcomings, his failures, and his anger out on his parents, unfortunately. He pointed out in one of his videos that his dad had recently passed away, and it looks to be COVID related, I believe. And now it seems to be his mom just handling this all on her own at this point. I have a slight problem with her as well, because it seems to me that in this entire 9-month span, she really hasn't done much to prevent him from going on the internet and making these rant videos, which pretty much just make his situation way worse. Jason Jacoby just gets to hide behind his parents and basically just live in their big house and pretty much try and make everyone else's lives as miserable as his in these clips. The dude just goes all over the place with whatever he's talking about.
I'm going to take matters into my own hands and cut off Dale Jarrett's hand here with this saw. You know why? You know why I'm gonna do that? Because NASCAR drivers have been very bad influences. They often use these hands to flip other drivers off on the racetrack when there are children watching. They use these hands to advertise Coca-Cola, which is so not good for you. I am not, nor have I ever been, a pedophile. Those are false accusations about me. I can't make you believe that, but you have no evidence that I am. You just have he said, she said. Some people had everybody fooled, and you have to know Austin's video title to get what I'm saying. So there's no evidence to ever suggest that I am a pedophile. With that said, let's move on to my biggest mistake, and that is advertising Domino's, junk food, Coca-Cola. Jason, congratulations on your win today. As you know, it's COVID season. We still got to wear the masks. Tell us about this amazing race and how you feel after winning. What an accomplishment! Well, you know, first off, Jason, we wouldn't need these masks if we just ate healthy and didn't shop at most of the places on here. Is I need you to go to Smithfield, a very inhumane company. Forget Leviticus 11:27, where it says don't eat pigs. You're a NASCAR fan. You can never eat enough. There's never too much food for you. Yo, I gotta say, buy my merch. It's not going to charity or anything. It's just to support me and that luxury lifestyle you give me, giving me that motorhome that I work so hard for. You know, I mean, you might work minimum wage jobs like Albertsons and Napa Auto Parts, but hey, at least you're supporting my millionaire lifestyle. You know, another thing I noticed about Justin's profile when I read his message was that he needs to hop on a bike probably and stop eating the standard NASCAR diet or the standard American diet, which the acronym is SAD. Standard American diet is SAD because people don't know what they're consuming. A lot of what you see in NASCAR advertisements is getting them out of shape and lessening their lifespan. So
at this point, you get the basic gist of all of this stuff. This guy is clearly a sociopath and has some form of schizophrenia and never should even be on the internet at all. But the thing is, he still is, and I have no clue why. I can't explain it. He's clearly been in violation of YouTube's terms of service, and his channel was first marketed towards kids at first. He's since changed that, but the fact he still posts these rant videos is annoying. He should clearly be banned off of YouTube just for those reasons alone, but that's not the only platform I'm talking about. This dude is still on iRacing. Yes, this fool has yet to be banned off of iRacing, and I have no clue why. It was looking like he was getting out of that scene at first, as his mom had his rig basically up on eBay for about $8,500, but from the looks of his log here, he has been back on iRacing as soon as March 5th. I have a huge problem with him being on any sort of platform at this point, but the fact that iRacing still allows this guy to race on their platform is absolutely astounding, when iRacing over the past year has been very upfront about them trying to be as inclusive as possible. Donating to the NAACP is a good look, but at the same time, Jason Jacoby has been a complete racist on his channel for quite some time. They also claim to have zero tolerance for any sort of hate speech and other offensive behavior. Jason Jacoby has had multiple offenses. This is the same platform that doesn't react the best when it gets criticized by some professional drivers. For example, when Scott Dixon criticized them last summer, iRacing almost banned him until Roger Penske got involved. Then fast forwarding to this year, when Coke Series drivers were critical of the connection issues during one of the races, they were actually getting removed and replaced immediately. And finally, the most important part about this situation is that Jason Jacoby has been in clear violation of iRacing's code of conduct that is applied to everyone who plays on the site. The catch-all general article: be respectful and courteous on and off the track. It is expected that each member will treat other members, drivers, iRacing.com officials, employees, spectators, partners, guests, on any iRacing websites and the community generally in a respectful, fair, and courteous manner. Bullying, abusive, threatening, rude, mean, and disrespectful language or actions are not allowed. iRacing.com has sole discretion to determine if the behavior of a member is causing negative issues or angst with others in the community. So I'm going to play a couple of clips of Jason Jacoby on iRacing. You tell me if there's any sort of angst amongst these players.
Well, that looked pretty damn intentional.
I guess he got sick of kids inside of me instead.
Have a good one, guys, and see you next time.
Keep my name out of your goddamn pedophile mouth.
Yeah, that's libel what Black Flags Matter did. That's completely false information and reported, so it's not even true, but there's the protest, I guess. Yeah, I'll protest it.
It's as clear as day how the community feels about this clown, and hopefully YouTube and iRacing finally step up and do the right thing. His trial is set to begin. Now, when exactly it begins, I have no clue. He's currently being charged with only battery at the moment and nothing else. So hopefully once this court case is done, Jason Jacoby can be locked behind bars for good, and we won't ever have to bring him up ever again. The name of his current channel at the moment is called Racing Jason Jacoby. It has 20 subscribers. Go report his channel and get him off this platform for good. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Sorry we have to talk about a topic as dark as this one, but unfortunately when Jason Jacoby is now affecting the livelihoods of others simply for just exposing him for the type of dude he really is, that is a major problem, and that type of stuff can't go unnoticed. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys do the right thing. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.